Alright. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Super Seducer. So I believe we are on part 4 at this stage. We'll see how this goes. So we did the crazy girl who fed almonds to squirrels on the street. We did the 2 girls, 1 bar. We did this lady who likes to dance and has coordinates on her arm. And now we have girl sitting in a coffee shop. Let's do it. In your local coffee shop, a pretty blonde lady is sitting and reading. Can you make yourself more interesting than the book and get a number? Can we do it, guys? He just comes out of the back room. Hey, ask if someone is using that chair, then sit with her. Stay standing and ask what she's reading. Ask her opinion of what to get as a present for your female friend. Sit down as yours. Accuse her of pretending to read when she is really hunting for men. Tell her you've read that book and that he dies in the end. We did establish that this was how he got to people in the club, but she's actually reading. Ask if someone is using that chair, then sit.
Excuse me.
Hi.
Are you using this chair?
No.
Oh, great. I'll just join you then.
Okay,
How's it going?
that's all right. How are you?
Good. My name's Richard.
Richard Brenna.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Can I help you?
Well, that all depends.
Okay.
No, I'm joking. No, I just saw you reading and I thought I had to come and say hello because I have a few minutes before my friends come. So.
Oh, okay.
This is the right option,
Yeah.
and it will work if you pull it off with, a bit of a smirk, playfulness. So if it suits your character, this will work as a way to start a conversation in the coffee shop.
Okay, if it suits your character there. Find out about her. Use books as a way to show off. Say that her hair is kind of nice and transition to avoid to go back to house. Ask whether she comes here often. Do you come here often? Do you like jazz?
So, come here often to this coffee shop?
No, not really.
No? First time maybe? Second time?
I've been here a few times. but-
That's cool.
Yeah.
She's
You go
she's
to other
really
coffee shops
aggressive.
Usually, there's not much coffee drinking going on. Or you take it away maybe.
I do all of those things.
All of them. That's cool. Variety.
Yeah,
They say variety is the spice of life.
they do.
So it's good that you don't come here often and do the same thing and sit in the same chair, right?
Yeah, I think so.
That's good.
We always want to stay away from the standard questions, standard answers, and this one is just an example of the usual lame stuff that guys come up with, so don't do it.
Aww.
So, how are you able to be free in the middle of the morning on a Thursday?
Well, I do have a job, but it's kind of from the laptop, from home, or from anywhere. But say internet stuff, and with America, so in Europe, I need to wait until they wake up.
I feel your pain, Richard.
Lying on the balcony. Yeah, generally lying down, working.
That's
So
nice.
that's cool. And how about you? How come you're not at work?
Flip it back on you.
I work at the university, so I have kind of an unusual schedule. I have some.
I
free
understand
time
that too.
in the evenings.
Nice.
Yeah.
I empathize with both of you people. Okay. Yes, that she teaches sex ed. No, just because she's a blonde doesn't mean she teaches sex ed. Say you didn't go to university and that it's a waste of time. Find out whether she loves her job or is just doing it for the money.
So you teach at the university? That's interesting.
Yeah.
And tell me, do you actually like what you do, or you do it just for money?
No, I really do like what I do.
Great. You feel like you're making a
This
difference to
explains
society
the
and
resting
everything?
bitch face.
I actually do. Honestly, I feel like what I do is important and that the information I convey will be valuable to these people and to my students.
That could be true because I still remember my teachers from primary school and in secondary school. I don't know if you're the same, but did you like the subjects most where the teachers were good? And then later, maybe you weren't even interested in that subject. So a good teacher can just change the whole course of someone's life.
Absolutely.
It's
And
very
like
true.
looking back and thinking, what years of school are your favorite? it's like, well, whatever year you had the good teachers, because what you learn is kind of irrelevant.
And you're a good teacher? They like
I
you?
think so. I hope so.
That's
Okay.
cool. No, I like it, to be honest, because it's very rare. You know, most people just do their job for money and then they come and moan about it and they hate it. So it's good to meet someone like you who actually enjoys what they do and is making a difference.
To be fair, I feel like you whine about your job even if you love
This
it.
is a nice thing that you can ask anyone. So well done for picking this. It's the right option, and it can always lead to an interesting conversation. Whether she's into a job, she can tell you why, or she's not, and she can tell you something else that she's passionate about.
And what's your subject? What do you teach?
American culture.
Huh, what does that entail?
Yeah, what does that
Kind
entail?
of quite a few different themes. For example, we kind of started with an overview of American values, which was really interesting.
Freedom!
Freedom and stuff, yeah?
Things like that, and even more so, for example, an interesting one is how Americans relate to the future. Like it's something we feel like we can control in some sense. And
Like Back to the Future, the movie.
I don't see how. I don't know what you mean.
Okay, but Americans think that they control their own destiny,
Yeah.
kind of, yeah?
He got that a lot better than me. I was just like, Americans in the future? The fuck? Ask what exactly that is. Suggests it's about inventing donuts and burgers. No, if she teaches American culture, she's probably like freedom and save Libya or something. I don't know. Challenge her to explain why this is important. Make her feel good about her job. We already made her feel good about her job. Fuck her. B. Explain why this is important. I want to know.
American culture. Isn't that kind of a contradiction in terms? Like,
Oh.
what are you teaching? Like, here we invented the hamburger in 1940
Uh-oh.
or something like that.
Well, there really isn't a question of whether or not we have culture. We certainly do. You can look back through history, and yes, maybe ours isn't as long, but
Yeah,
to
not
say
very
that,
long.
yeah, but to say that
That's not what I thought he was gonna do.
culture doesn't exist is to argue that Western culture has really had no influence, even in Eastern Europe, let's say.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I
I'm
love
sure
that
there's some
term,
stuff,
Eastern
but
Europe.
wouldn't it be better that they learn something else? Because, like, if you're going to teach about America, teach business or technology. Because what's culture? Like, what? Tell me. Like, what
Well, for
is the
example,
artists, the authors? Like,
it doesn't even matter who the artists and authors are. What's important is that we have our own perspective on the world, and that in order to interact successfully with us, so if you're a business person, if you want to interact successfully with an American business person, you need to understand what their daily life looks like and kind of how they perceive the environment.
okay, cool. So it's like when you're learning about business in China and you have to, give your business card with two hands.
Quite
and
literally, yes.
All of that
This
stuff.
is the same thing.
Got it. Okay, so it's not really teaching about history and art and
No.
whatever else. Okay, nice.
She
one.
sounds so
Well,
angry,
that's
you can
very
tell
useful
she's a
because
teacher.
actually American culture, like modern culture, is what leads the world, right? We
Yeah.
all kind of follow.
Oh.
If you can challenge someone, get them to prove themselves to you, and then approve of them, validate them, it has a powerful psychological effect. So it's the right option. Well done.
Yeah, I was gonna say we already
I'm really
complimented
enjoying
it
my
enough.
job, but there is this one little thing that's very frustrating for me. I've got this problem where I can't print all the copies that I need, but I want my students to all have their own copy to take home. But then I have to go to the printer like every day, and it gets kind of expensive. So what do you think I should do?
So it must be annoying. And tell her to ask for a bigger printing allowance. Tell her that if she has a colleague she doesn't like, just ignore them. Wait, what? Be general and vague because you didn't listen. Be honest and say you were distracted by that girl. Say it must be annoying and tell her to ask for a bigger printing allowance.
Ah, well, that's bad. So I guess you don't have enough like papers for the students and stuff, yeah?
Yeah, that's part of it.
I guess you can ask for more allowance or get them to share, but yeah, it's annoying.
Well done. You
Oh
weren't
God, the
distracted
smile.
by the sexy chick that walked by, and that's something that you can use out there. Well done for paying attention and getting the right response.
So
My
you said you're teaching
heterosexuality
someone,
saved the
what
day.
else is important in your life? What else do you love to do?
I really love dogs, and I love to travel.
Travel?
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you travel a lot?
I've traveled quite a bit these last couple years, especially.
My God, this person is me.
Where some
Like a really
places you've been?
angry version of me.
In
A blonde
Europe, I've
angry
been in
version.
Prague,
Prague is
Russia,
meant to be really nice.
Ukraine, Poland,
My best friend is from Ukraine.
Latvia.
Nice. All of Eastern Europe and kind of
Yeah.
former USSR. Yeah?
Yes.
Nice. And tell me, what's the absolute best place you've seen? Like, if people who have never travelled anywhere say, "Where's the best place that I should see?" Where is it?
I would actually say that you should go to the United States and go see the Grand Canyon.
Aww.
Amazing. I can't do it justice with words, but it's wonderful.
I was hoping she'd like say some like when it like she went to all these like places. I was kind of hoping she'd say something that you wouldn't know about, because like everybody knows about the Grand Canyon, and I guess everybody knows about it because it's very cool. But I was kind of hoping she'd say something obscure, and then I could go Google it and be like, "Oh my goodness, this is so cool." Tell her about your experience in the Grand Canyon. Say that you've never been but would like to go. Say that it's boring and they don't even have Wi-Fi. Get her to elaborate on what she particularly liked. Tell her that your favorite trip was to Thailand and the details of the sexual experiences you have there. It's so funny because, like, you always hear that stuff about Thailand and you think, oh, that's just like a stereotype. And, like, it is just a stereotype. But I have never met one of my guy friends who has been to Thailand and hasn't got laid there. I just really like white boys. It's really funny. And they do, he was telling me when he went to Thailand, he ended up at a ping pong show. And if you don't know what a ping pong show is, put it this way, you'd have to Google it with the safe search off. But, yeah. I wouldn't actually mind going to Thailand, not for the, ping pong shows, but it's meant to be cheap and cool, and if it's anything like China, yeah, which, anything like China, but anything like that side of the world, then I think I'd enjoy it. Anyway, I'm gonna go with get her to elaborate on what she liked.
Actually, I went there as well, and it was very beautiful. But tell me, what did you really like about it?
Well, I suppose the fact that it is beautiful, and I think I was there at a time in my life when it was really impactful. So I was the right age, and it was the right time, and so it was meaningful to me.
Mm.
But I'm excited to return. I think next summer I'll go back.
Oh yeah, very cool. I'd like to go back as well. So if I'm in America
Mm-hmm.
and I'm nearby the Grand Canyon, which I guess nothing's nearby, but if there you go,
You're in Phoenix.
Phoenix, Arizona,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, we could go. It'd be
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
Good one. That's exactly right. When someone can talk about something passionately, you want to give them a chance to do that, not cut them off, talk about yourself, ask boring questions. Just give them a chance to open up. This is the perfect subject to connect on. Oh, should I say that? No. Oh. I've run out of things to say.
Oh god, say anything. Say you hate awkward silences.
You know, I hate awkward silences, but the good thing is that's only because we don't know each other too well, so won't have any when we're great friends, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
This is not an absolute rule, but in most cases it's correct, so well done.
This reminds
Tell
me,
some things you like to do
when
for
I was
fun.
with my friends, I used to love,
As
like,
long
just
as I can remember, I
whispering
always
really
loved playing
creepily
volleyball,
when
so
people
that's
are being
something
silent and
I
go,
try to do whenever I can.
sexual
No,
tension.
I played it at school, in my school, but since then I didn't. But they play. I go to Barcelona a lot, and they play on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Do you play beach volleyball?
I will, yeah.
Oh,
In
very
a pinch.
nice. Are you very good?
Yeah.
You can do that where you jump and
For
smash
sure.
it down. Cool.
Kaboosh.
It's harder on the beach because the nets are higher.
Very cool. Yeah, it's a cool hobby. And anything else you do?
Yeah, I probably the thing.
God, I
I do
just
most
realized
is
she
study
is, like,
Russian
dressed up to the nines.
for hobbies.
Tell her it's stupid and that Putin is evil and Russians are just vodka drinking idiots. Careful, Putin will get you. He's in the news right now. Compliment her on choosing a tough language to learn. Tell her you failed miserably with languages at school. Show off by telling her all about the languages you speak. Compliment her on the tough language to learn.
Russian.
Yeah.
Ah, you know, I meet loads of people that speak French, English, obviously, Spanish,
Mm-hmm.
but Russian. It's really rare to meet someone who speaks Russian. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool. How come you chose that?
I don't really have a good reason. When I was in high school, I had the opportunity to do a study abroad, and my choices were France and Russia, and I didn't want to go to France.
You
So
didn't want to go to
I went to
France?
Russia,
I mean,
and then
Russia's
I
pretty
just
cool, but
never quit.
I actually like that you chose something tough and that you stuck with it. And like I said, most people take the easy options all the time. So it's interesting and cool that you did that.
Thank you.
Nice one. When a girl has something that is a real talent, something that she should be proud of, something she's worked hard on, that's the kind of thing you don't want to tease her too much on. So, say well done, say you respect that, and say why. And then go deeper into it because, you need to find out why she would do that, why she was interested, what would make her spend the time on it. And it's going to lead to interesting conversation, make her feel good as well.
I noticed you have an accent. Do you mind if I ask where you're from?
England.
England. It's a really obvious accent.
London. But actually, you know what? When I was young, I lived in South London, and they have a strong accent there. It's like South London.
South London, ain't that right, Governor?
I've lost most of my accent, but do I still sound British to you?
Yes, very much.
Yeah, I don't know. He still sounds British to me. He hasn't really lost much of his accent. In my mind, also, hello people. You can't hear the game? You can't hear the game? Let's see. We can turn this up a little bit. I ended up turning down the background. Well, you can't hear it when they're not talking, but I've just turned up that volume for you. So we'll see if that makes a difference. And hello people. There's so many of you. All right. Anyway, so what do we say? You like my British accent, don't you? So I think we can ascertain from this interaction that we're in America. And yes, of course they like the British accent. Let's see. Tell her how girls go crazy about your British accent and you get laid everywhere. C. Talk about how foreigners perceive English people and ask about how they react to her as an American. That sounds like a nice tough one. Can you hear it now?
Accent?
Yeah.
Yeah, most people like it. They say it's kind of sexy, but maybe that's just when I speak it. But it's quite interesting actually being English because in some places like America we have a very good reputation, and then some places like Spain where all the English people go and kind of party and like the hooligans go drinking and stuff, so their reputation's quite bad. But how do you find it being an American and traveling?
It depends on where you're at, but I guess generally people have kind of negative stereotypes about the United States and Americans. I don't know. It seems that a lot of people are willing to take you and judge you individually and not.
That's good, right?
Put on a bunch of.
We're lucky. We don't have any real racism or anything really bad against us. Almost anywhere we go, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Is it?
This is the right choice.
He's clearly never been to Ireland.
It's always interesting to talk about cultural differences, so it can lead to some nice conversation.
So, is the volume better for you guys now? I like that. We don't really get racism anywhere. It's just like, man, you should, like, come to where I lived. Where, like, we had, God, growing up, I used to have this person. Well, actually, there were a few of them. But I had this person who was just like, oh, go back to England. And it's just like, I was, like, so little when I was in England. I have no idea. I would be eaten like that. And we had, like, oh, the IRA is gonna come rape you to death, and like all this stuff. So I thought that was kind of funny. It's just like, oh yeah, we don't have anywhere, where people would be racist to us. Don't look next door. Oh my God, look away. But to be fair, I lived very rurally in Ireland, and most Irish people are actually quite nice, especially in the. Oi, bruv, have you got your streaming license, mate? Hey, I know that reference. Oh, here it is, sir. My streaming license, my license for my license. But yeah, no, I just like I love that idea. But it's actually, a lot of people, because when they go to Ireland, they only go to like Dublin or Cork or like the bigger cities or a little bit further north. They don't actually experience the racism at all. And then you go to like where I used to live in like the heart of South Kerry, where the English are defeated, and like you have your fucking teachers. Like I had a thing where the teacher got us to translate into French. I hate the English, like that. And just all kinds of stuff. But people don't ever. That's why I always laugh when people say you can't be racist to like white people. And it's just like you can be racist to anyone if you try hard enough. You just gotta have some historical reason or whatever. Or not even that. People can be racist for any reason. I have like literally read like when I'm like on the online and stuff. I've read people who are like trying to like separate the different nationalities and like figure out tiny racial traits so that they could be racist over them. Like, oh, French people have big eyes or something. It's just like, oh, the horror. But yeah. I liked what she was saying before about American culture. You know, when we had the option to like challenge her, and she was just like, "Oh, you don't even have to know about the art. It's just like every place has a culture," and I like that because there's always this movement to like try and say that, you know, well, it's like to try and say that white people don't have a culture, and it's just like obviously anywhere you go, you have a culture, and you can say that maybe some elements of that culture are hashtag stolen. Even though stealing cultural elements sounds silly. Are we gonna pick something or what? Okay. Say you like her and want to see her again and ask for the number. Say that you think she's incredibly beautiful and that you want to take her on a date. Ask what she likes to do in her free time. Well, apparently she likes to read books in coffee shops and go to Russia. But it's the only one that's not going through the kill, so let's go for it.
What do you like to do in, I don't know, for fun, like in the evening? Because you study Russian and whatever, but do you drink, dance, anything else?
All of the above, yeah.
Yeah?
All of the above.
Time?
At the same time.
When the mood strikes, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, I like going out sometimes, cocktail bars, different bars. Do you smoke shisha?
Hookah.
Yeah.
Hookah.
You call it in America, right?
Yeah, I have from time to time. I'm not a huge fan, but
I quite like it. They say it's
Yeah.
really
The hookah's fun.
but
it seems unhealthy.
once a month. But you don't cough after it, so therefore...
It's healthy?
Yeah. You need to do it sometime, like shisha, hookah, cocktails, and then dancing.
Oh, maybe.
When you want to transition to seeing someone again, it's very good to build up a picture of the kind of things that they do, the way they spend their time, because you might find a mutual connection. You find that you share some activities, or that you do some things that she wants to do, she does some things that you'd like to try, and then it makes it very easy to then go on and suggest a date from there and take the number.
And do you have any other outdoor, like, active stuff you like to do? You
Yeah.
said volleyball, but anything else?
Yeah, I grew up in the country, so I really enjoy a lot of nature activities. I like hiking and I love fishing.
Fishing?
Fishing, yeah.
A girl who likes fishing?
It
Yeah, I was gonna
happens.
say that's a bit
Wow.
odd.
That's
We exist.
I've never done fishing, but I love the outside as well, you know, walking in parks or hiking if you've got somewhere like that. How about bicycle?
I like that too.
Yeah. Well, that's something else we could do one day, like take some bicycles, ride out somewhere.
Yeah. That would be nice.
Cool.
I thought it was so weird to hear the hookah be brought up. I actually didn't know it was called shisha in England, but that's probably because that when I tried the hookah, that was in China, so that's probably where that confusion come in. But when I had the hookah, they had water vapor ones, so that's probably why they're not coughing, because you can have a tobacco one and you can have a water vapor one that's like flavored. Anyway, ask her plans for the coming week. Touch her face. Ask what kind of men she likes. Run the cube routine. I just want to know what the cube routine is. Let's do this.
Are you interested in psychology?
Yeah.
Have you ever done this psychology test called the cube? It's really interesting. Do you want to do it just right now? It takes like 1 minute and it will tell you all about your personality.
Sure.
Okay, so close your eyes and I want you to imagine that you're in some place, there's like a landscape, anything you like, and in that landscape there's a cube somewhere, and describe to me what the cube looks like.
Okay, it's silver.
Yeah.
It's floating.
Okay.
It's small, like the size of a die.
Okay, cool. And then somewhere in relation to the cube is the ladder. Can you describe the ladder?
Okay, it's green. It's not. It's one of these ladders, not one of these ladders.
How big is it?
Like 3 times the size of a person.
It's a big ladder.
Pretty big. And then somewhere in this scene there's a horse.
Okay.
And can you tell me like what it's doing and?
It's eating the cube!
It's
No.
grazing. It's a paint.
Okay.
And
It's a what?
it looks very healthy.
Can you tell I'm not
Is
a
it
horse
close to
person?
the cube or not?
It's probably 30 feet from the cube.
So we can
Okay.
get there in one turn.
Somewhere there are
And
some
we'll still have an
flowers.
action and a bonus
Tell me
action.
about the flowers.
The flowers are by the horse. The horse is eating the flowers.
Ah, that's interesting. And the final thing, somewhere there's a storm. Where is it?
In the distance, near the mountains.
Very good.
Apparently there's
Open your
mountains.
eyes. So this tells you, this tells me about your character. So the cube represents your view of yourself. And
Oh,
if it's very big, it means you've got a huge ego.
damn it.
But it's quite small, so it means you're quite humble. But then it's silver, so you think, you know, you have that self-confidence that you've got something, you know, special and
I was
a little
thinking
bit shiny,
giant
and
red
that's good.
cube with a ladder
And
on the
then
side.
the ladder represents your ambitions. So the fact that it's quite big and bigger than the cube and not like under it or whatever else means that you have quite big ambitions. So the horse represents your man. So it was quite good that he's healthy and
eating
looks good
flowers.
and that he's nearby, right? He's not far away, which would mean he's not on the horizon or anything. And then the flowers represent your children who you're going to have in the future.
And he's
So
devouring them.
it's good that the man is near them, that he's not like an absentee dad or something, right? But a bit strange that he's eating them. So I don't know what to think about that. The final point is positive as well. It means that you have a sunny disposition because your problems are represented by the storm and it's in the distance. You know, some people have the storm overhead and it just means that they've always got problems or that at that moment they're in a dark period in their life. So does it sound pretty accurate?
Yeah,
Cool.
that's very cool.
This is quite interesting. It's a psychological.
Oh, I got half a
There's
heart.
a book on it,
Oh
and
dear.
a lot of pickup artists have used it. It's quite an interesting psychological test. Again, like the reason it's not the best choice is it's better if you can do without it. But if you'd like some, little tricks, some tools that you can carry around with you and use when necessary, this is okay and you can use it. So it doesn't destroy anything.
I
but
just
I'd say
wanted
it's
to
not the
really
best
hear what that
option.
was. Okay, suggest meeting for a drink and take her number. Say you have a few spare minutes, invite her to make love in the restroom. Suggest going hiking together sometime and take a number. Take a number and say you'll be in touch. Wanna go hiking? That's romantic? Question mark? Hiking?
So you like hiking and outdoor stuff, and the weather's pretty good at the moment. So one day we could take a little trip, or I don't know, meet in the evening. Anyway, lots of stuff. We've got lots of stuff we could do together. So why don't you give me your number and we'll arrange something.
She's still so angry looking though. Also, I just noticed there's a wine glass of water on the table.
Exactly right. It flows very smoothly to find something that you both like and then suggest doing that as the reason to see each other again. It's way better than just saying, hey, give me your number, or hey, let's go for dinner tomorrow.
Say goodbye, be warm and say how nice it was to meet her. Quite coldly, say goodbye and that you'll be in touch. Give her a long, lingering handshake. Goodbye hug, then go for the kiss. Mwah. I think, you know, that's so European, like, and I've gotten into the habit of saying that now. But like, I still remember when I was younger, like, it wasn't weird for people to like, okay, goodbye, mwah, mwah, like that. And I'm not even French or anything. It didn't used to be so weird, but it is now. Because, to be fair, people don't like being touched. I'm gonna say warm and be nice to meet
Look,
her
I
and all
should
that.
be heading off, but it was great meeting you. Really cool. Really happy to meet you, and yeah, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that felt awkward.
Oops, you've got right to the end, but this is a little bit too much. Being warm at this point, totally unnecessary, and if anything, makes you look like a little bit of a wussy and might make her change her mind about seeing you again.
Ah. But I still got Casanova, so what?
This is the right option. It will work if you pull it off with a bit of a smirk, playfulness. So if it suits your character,
I don't
this will
want to
work
watch that
as a
again.
way to start a
Let's
conversation.
see. Do the dancing. Alright guys, you want us to do another round of this? We have a very enthusiastic person in the comments. Alright, so when this goes up on YouTube, it'll be bye-bye. So bye-bye people on YouTube.